Welcome to Election Night in America 2024, where incumbent President Joe Biden, the oldest president in American history, has decided to run for a second term, and he will face off here against sophomore Representative Marjorie Taylor-Greene, who made history earlier this year. She became the first female the Republican Party has ever nominated to the Oval Office. And tonight we'll cover the entirety of this election as both candidates fight for the presidency of the United States. It is now 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and we have our first poll closings of the night, with the polls closing in the states of Georgia, Indiana, Kentucky, South Carolina, Virginia, and Vermont. Out of the state of Georgia, 16 electoral votes, with almost half of the votes already in. It is currently too close to call. However, Joe Biden is doing significantly better than he was 4 years ago here. Taylor-Greene right now is not doing very well in Georgia at all. However, we do have some more suburban counties that are yet to report their results that will typically increase the votes for Greene. So in the state of Georgia, 16 electoral votes is currently too close to call. In the state of Indiana, 11 electoral votes, too early to call. Greene is not showing the numbers needed for her to win this state right now, but in the state of Indiana, 11 electoral votes, too early to call. In the state of Kentucky, 8 electoral votes. Marjorie Taylor-Greene is the projected winner of the state of Kentucky, the home of the Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. In the state of South Carolina, 9 electoral votes. Taylor-Greene, the projected winner, with 76% of the votes in. We can project right now that Taylor-Greene will slightly and very narrowly win the state of South Carolina over President Biden. In the state of Virginia, 13 electoral votes, just a quarter of the votes reporting right now. Joe Biden at 58%, Taylor-Greene is 39%. Joe Biden easily the winner of the state of Virginia, and it's 13 electoral votes. And finally, we have the state of Vermont, 3 electoral votes. Joe Biden, a huge margin here. Joe Biden, the projected winner of the state of Vermont. And after the first poll closings of the night, Joe Biden trails Taylor-Greene with 16 electoral votes to Taylor-Greene's 17 electoral votes. We can now make an official projection here. In the state of Indiana, 11 electoral votes. Marjorie Taylor-Greene is the projected winner of the state of Indiana. She will narrowly scoop this state up for the GOP, but Marjorie Taylor-Greene right now, the projected winner of the state of Indiana, adding an 11 electoral votes to her current tally. It is now 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and we have some crucial states that are seeing their polls close right now. These states of North Carolina and Ohio, crucial to Taylor-Greene if she wants to win this election tonight, and we're also seeing polls close in the state of West Virginia. In the state of North Carolina, 16 electoral votes. It's currently too early to call between Joe Biden and Marjorie Taylor-Greene. However, in the state of Ohio, 17 electoral votes. It is currently too close to call. Joe Biden's down by over 11% in this state, with 32% of the votes reporting. Taylor-Greene currently is on track to winning this state, but as of right now, the state of Ohio is still too close to call. And finally, in the state of West Virginia, 4 electoral votes, sorry about that. 4 electoral votes from the state of West Virginia. Marjorie Taylor-Greene is the projected winner of the state of West Virginia. And now taking a look at our electoral map, Joe Biden at 16 electoral votes to Marjorie Taylor-Greene 32 electoral votes, as she currently leads in the electoral vote count. We can now make a major projection in favor of Joe Biden right now. The state of Georgia's 16 electoral votes. This state took over a week to project 4 years ago, but Joe Biden is the projected winner of the state of Georgia, winning right now 52% of its votes, with 87% of the votes reporting Joe Biden is the projected winner of the state of Georgia and its 16 electoral votes. It is now 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and we have our poll closings from the states of Alabama, Connecticut, Delaware, the District of Columbia, Florida, Illinois, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Mississippi, Missouri, New Hampshire, New Jersey, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and Tennessee. The largest poll closing of the night by both the number of states and by the electoral votes up for grabs, as there are more electoral votes here than half of the electoral votes that each candidate needs to reach 270 electoral votes. The state of Alabama, 8 electoral votes. Marjorie Taylor-Greene is the projected winner of the state of Alabama, while in the state of Connecticut, 7 electoral votes. Joe Biden is the projected winner. He will also carry his home state of Delaware, 3 electoral votes. Joe Biden easily the projected winner of the state that he served as a senator from for over 36 years before becoming vice president to Barack Obama. So Joe Biden winning his home state. He will also easily carry the District of Columbia, the most liberal area in the entire country. Joe Biden winning over 96% of the votes here in the District of Columbia. That is a record even for a Democrat. So Joe Biden, the District of Columbia, 3 electoral votes awarded to the president. In addition to that, in the state of Florida, 31 electoral votes. Marjorie Taylor Greene currently leads over Joe Biden in the state of Florida with 56% of the votes in 31 electoral votes. Florida, too close to call. In the state of Illinois, 19 electoral votes. Joe Biden is the projected winner of the state that Barack Obama served as a senator from before becoming president. And in the state of Maine, 3 out of its 4 split electoral votes projected for Joe Biden. We can currently call the at-large vote as well as Maine's first congressional district, the 1st congressional district, and the at-large vote. Joe Biden, the projected winner. However, he is also the projected winner of the 2nd congressional district of the state of Maine. This district tends to be a little bit closer, and Republicans do tend to win this district with Donald Trump. However, this time around, the 2nd congressional district, Marjorie Taylor Greene will lose it to Joe Biden with 69% of votes in, gaining 1 more split electoral vote from Maine. In the state of Maryland, 10 electoral votes. Joe Biden easily the projected winner, as well as from the state of Massachusetts, 11 electoral votes. Joe Biden the projected winner of the home state of Elizabeth Warren. In the state of Mississippi, 6 electoral votes. Although it was close, Marjorie Taylor Greene will win the state of Mississippi and its 6 electoral votes. In the state of Missouri, 10 electoral votes from the state of Missouri. Is currently too early to call between Biden and Greene. And in the state of New Hampshire, 4 electoral votes. Joe Biden is the projected winner of the state of New Hampshire. While in the state of New Jersey, 14 electoral votes will also be awarded to President Biden. Joe Biden, the President of the United States, the projected winner of the state of New Jersey. In the state of Oklahoma, 7 electoral votes. Marjorie Taylor Greene is the projected winner of the state of Oklahoma. And Pennsylvania has 19 electoral votes. Is currently too early to call between the 2 candidates. While in the state of Rhode Island, 3 electoral votes. Joe Biden, the projected winner of the state of Rhode Island. 3 electoral votes awarded to the president. And finally, here in the state of Tennessee, 11 electoral votes. Marjorie Taylor Greene will pick up this state. Marjorie Taylor Greene, the projected winner of the state of Tennessee, and it's 11 electoral votes. And now taking a look at this electoral vote map now, Joe Biden at 110 electoral votes to Marjorie Taylor Greene's 64 electoral votes. The night is still early. Marjorie Taylor Greene can still definitely come back and win the presidency, but right now Joe Biden leads with 110 electoral votes. It is now 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and we have one poll closing right now from the state of Arkansas at 8:30 p.m. here on the East Coast. In the state of Arkansas, Marjorie Taylor Greene is the projected winner of the state of Arkansas' 6 electoral votes. She is currently at 55.6% of the votes in, with a little bit over a majority of votes having been counted. Marjorie Taylor Greene, the projected winner of the state of Arkansas. And this gives her an additional 6 electoral votes. She is now at 70 electoral votes, 40 electoral votes away from Joe Biden's 110 electoral votes, and 200 electoral votes away from the 270 electoral votes needed to win the presidency of the United States. It is now 9 p.m. here on the East Coast, and we have many crucial projections to make from states all the way from Arizona to New York. And currently we're seeing the polls close in the states of Arizona, Colorado, Kansas, Louisiana, Michigan, Minnesota, Nebraska, New Mexico, New York, North Dakota, South Dakota, Texas, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. In the state of Arizona, Joe Biden is the projected winner. It's 12 electoral votes. Joe Biden will win pretty easily here in this election, much larger than the 0.2 margin that he saw here 4 years ago. So with 78% of the votes in, and with the support of the McCain family once again, Joe Biden, the projected winner of the state of Arizona. While in the state of Colorado, 10 electoral votes. Joe Biden is the projected winner of the state of Colorado. And in the state of Texas, 6 electoral votes. Marjorie Taylor Greene, the projected winner, with 51.1% of the votes right now. 6 electoral votes. She is currently expected to carry the state of Kansas, although by a much smaller margin than that of Trump 4 years ago. In the state of Louisiana, 8 electoral votes, Marjorie Taylor-Greene is the projected winner. While in the state of Michigan, it is currently too close to call. 16 electoral votes are very crucial to this election, with only 12% of the votes in right now. Marjorie Taylor-Greene is crushing Joe Biden in this state at 62.9%, but Biden's numbers are greatly expected to increase by quite a bit over the next couple of hours. But right now, in the state of Michigan, it is currently too close to call. In the state of Minnesota, 9 electoral votes. Joe Biden is the projected winner. He currently leads here by over 15 percentage points, with 45% of the votes in. Joe Biden, the projected winner of the state of Minnesota. In the state of Nebraska, 3 out of its 5 split electoral votes. Marjorie Taylor-Greene is the projected winner right now. She leads by over 13% statewide over Joe Biden. However, in the 1st congressional district, it is currently too close to call. This is typically one of the most Republican districts in the country. It's one split electoral vote right now. Marjorie Taylor-Greene is not doing well here with 78% of votes in right now. Joe Biden is only trailing by less than 2% in the 1st congressional district of the state of Nebraska. However, in the 2nd congressional district, Joe Biden easily wins the 2nd congressional district of the state of Nebraska. In the state of New Mexico, 5 electoral votes. Joe Biden is the projected winner of the state of New Mexico, as well as the state of New York, the Empire State, 27 electoral votes. Joe Biden, the projected winner of the state of New York. In the state of North Dakota, 3 electoral votes. Marjorie Taylor-Greene is the projected winner, and along with that, she will also carry the state of South Dakota. 3 electoral votes. Marjorie Taylor-Greene, the projected winner. In the state of Texas, worth 41 electoral votes in this election. It is currently too early to call between Biden and Greene. Greene right now is expected to do the worst of any Republican in the last 4 decades, but here in the state of Texas, it is currently too early to call this crucial state. And finally, the state of Wisconsin, 10 electoral votes. It is currently too early to call between Biden and Greene, and we actually have one more state to make a projection for. The state of Wisconsin, Marjorie Taylor-Greene is the projected winner of the state of Wyoming, winning its 3 electoral votes. And now taking a look at this electoral vote map, the map is starting to fill up here. Joe Biden, 174 electoral votes away. He is now less than 100 electoral votes away from the presidency of the United States once again, winning his 2nd consecutive term, while for Marjorie Taylor-Greene, she trails with only 96 electoral votes, but there is a lot of room for improvement for her right now on this 2024 presidential election map. We can now make an official projection here. In the state of Michigan, 16 electoral votes. Joe Biden is the projected winner of the state of Michigan. 78% of the votes in. Joe Biden, the projected winner of the state of Michigan, doing so much better than he did last time and so much better than he was doing just a couple of minutes ago here. But in the state of Michigan, Joe Biden is the projected winner. He will also carry the state of North Carolina, 16 electoral votes. Joe Biden flipping the state for the first time, the first Democrat to win the state on the presidential level since Barack Obama in 2008. Joe Biden, the projected winner of the state of North Carolina, and its 16 electoral votes. It is now 10 p.m. here on the East Coast, and we can project 4 states from all across the country, with the states of Iowa, Montana, Nevada, and Utah seeing their polls close here at 10 p.m. on the East Coast. Starting off with the state of Iowa, 6 electoral votes, too early to call between Joe Biden and Marjorie Taylor-Greene. However, in the state of Montana, 4 electoral votes. Taylor-Greene is the projected winner of the state of Montana, winning its 4 electoral votes by just a little bit over 8% over Joe Biden. In the state of Nevada, 6 electoral votes. Joe Biden is the projected winner, winning the state by over 12%. A very strong finish here for Joe Biden in the state of Nevada. And finally, in the state of Utah, 6 electoral votes. Joe Biden, the projected winner of the state of Utah. And now, taking a look at our electoral map, Joe Biden has crossed 200 electoral votes. He is now at 211 electoral votes to Marjorie Taylor-Greene's 106 electoral votes. And we can now make an official projection from the state of Wisconsin. The state of Wisconsin, 10 electoral votes. Joe Biden is the projected winner of the state of Wisconsin, 56.1% right now. This is a scathing victory for Joe Biden in the state of Wisconsin. 10 electoral votes. He has crushed Marjorie Taylor-Greene here, winning the state by a larger margin than Barack Obama did in 2008. So Joe Biden is the projected winner of the state of Wisconsin, and it's 10 electoral votes. It is now 11 p.m. Eastern Time on the East Coast, and we can call off the West Coast states right now at this hour. The states of California, Hawaii, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington right now. First off, the state of California, 55 electoral votes. This is the state that will probably do it for Joe Biden, the home state of Kamala Harris, his vice president, Joe Biden, the projected winner of the state of California. While in the state of Hawaii, 4 electoral votes, Joe Biden will also carry this state here. 4 electoral votes, an easy victory for Joe Biden. While in the state of Idaho, another 4 electoral votes. Marjorie Taylor-Greene is the projected winner of the state of Idaho. And in the state of Oregon, 8 electoral votes, Joe Biden the winner, as well as in the state of Washington, 12 electoral votes, Joe Biden is the projected winner, and this does mean that Joe Biden has been re-elected the 46th president of the United States, 300 electoral votes to Marjorie Taylor Greene's 110 electoral votes. We only have 7 more states left to call, but Joe Biden, no matter what, has won the 2024 presidential election. The 46th president of the United States has been re-elected, the oldest president in American history. He is currently, right now, 81 years old, and when he gets inaugurated for a second time, he will be 82 years old, the oldest president in American history by far. So Joe Biden has been re-elected. It's currently 11:02 p.m. here on the East Coast, but Joe Biden, the projected winner of the 2024 presidential election against Representative Marjorie Taylor-Greene. We can now make some official projections here. The state of Florida, 31 electoral votes. Marjorie Taylor-Greene has lost this state by a stunning margin. The state of Florida, 31 electoral votes, the strongest victory for any candidate here in decades. The state of Florida, Joe Biden is the projected winner of the state of Florida. While in the 1st congressional district of the state of Nebraska, it's 1 split electoral vote. Joe Biden is the projected winner of the 1st congressional district of the state of Nebraska, winning this state by just 1.1% right now. In the state of Ohio, 17 electoral votes, 91% of the votes in. Joe Biden is the projected winner of the state of Ohio, defeating Marjorie Taylor-Greene here. 17 electoral votes from the state of Ohio. Joe Biden, the projected winner. He will also win the state of Pennsylvania, 19 electoral votes, the state that he was born in, from the city of Scranton. So Joe Biden, 55% of the votes here, winning by over 12% in Pennsylvania, 19 electoral votes. Joe Biden is the projected winner of the state of Pennsylvania. And finally, the state of Texas, 41 electoral votes. It says 31 on the screen, but the state of Texas, 41 electoral votes, 93% of the votes in. Joe Biden is the projected winner of the state of Texas. Once again, 41 electoral votes from Texas. Joe Biden, the projected winner. It is now 1 a.m. Eastern Time on the East Coast, and we can project the state of Alaska right now. It's currently too early to call. 3 electoral votes. This state, a deep red state in the past, typically always called at poll closing time, but in this election, the state of Alaska, too early to call. And taking a look at our electoral map, Joe Biden at 409 electoral votes. He's the first Democrat to ever reach that number since Lyndon B. Johnson in 1968. And the last Democrat to win over 400 electoral votes, ever was in 1944 with Franklin D. Roosevelt. So it's been a very long time since the Democrat has won over 400 electoral votes. And Joe Biden, the first person to do it in the 21st century of politics, is much more polarizing than it has ever been. Marjorie Taylor-Greene, 110 electoral votes. She really has not appealed to any demographic besides the severe, the deepest Trump supporters in this country. So Marjorie Taylor-Greene, a very disappointing night for her, especially when she vowed that she would win this election 100% just a couple of hours ago. So Joe Biden is at 409 electoral votes, and that may increase with these final 3 states. We can now project the final 3 states in this election, starting off with the state of Alaska. 3 electoral votes. Joe Biden is the projected winner of the state of Alaska, winning its 3 electoral votes, 78% of the votes in, at 52.1% of the votes. Joe Biden, the projected winner of the state of Alaska. In the state of Iowa, 6 electoral votes. Joe Biden, also the projected winner here, at 99% of the votes in. At the state of Iowa, 6 electoral votes. Joe Biden, the projected winner. And finally, in the state of Missouri, 10 electoral votes. Joe Biden will very narrowly win this state. He only leads by 0.1% right now, but with almost all the votes in, we can project Joe Biden, finally the projected winner of the state of Missouri, a state that has not voted for a Democrat since 1996. So Joe Biden breaking another barrier here in Missouri, the first Democrat to win it in the 21st century. And now taking a look at our final 2024 presidential election night, Joe Biden at 428 electoral votes to Marjorie Taylor Greene's 110 electoral votes. An absolute blood for the President of the United States, flipping the states of Texas, flipping the state of Florida, North Carolina, Ohio, Iowa, Missouri, the 1st Congressional District of Nebraska, and the state of Alaska. So a really terrific night here for Joe Biden, the first Democrat to win Texas in over 4 decades, the first Democrat to win Florida since 2012, Missouri, the first Democrat since 1996, Iowa and Ohio also since 2012, the first Democrat to win Alaska in the last couple of decades. So really, Joe Biden doing great here tonight over Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has lost so much support for the Republican Party all over this country.